Relationships suck. Let's be honest. We can all agree on that. They're messy, fragile, and downright hard to keep. Let's be real. Not everyone's built for that. Some people throw in the towel, flip the page, and go for something easier. What is easier than this type of love relationship? AI love? Well, these days, some people are turning to AI for relationships, not because it's amazing, but because real relationships are messy. They are hard. They're unpredictable, and sometimes they talk back. Honestly, it's easier to chat with a bot than to say, "I'm sorry, babe, I was wrong." Or, God forbid, sit in silence and just listen to someone going on and on and on. So, people are falling in love with robots. Yes, literal robots. AI boyfriends, AI girlfriends, filling the void of loneliness with code. But are we not losing something in the name of convenience? There was a time when connection meant presence.
Oh, look at these two. All right, come on. You're okay?
The good old days, right? Have we really lost that? Because coming to look at today, it looks like a case of being well, technically connected, but socially disabled. If we stop learning how to love real people, what kind of world are we building? We are really at risk of becoming something strange. Let's be real for a second. If more people start dating AI, loving AI, even marrying AI, who's going to be making actual babies? I mean, unless someone builds a robot womb, please. Let's not give Elon Musk ideas. This digital love affair, it's not exactly boosting population growth. In the old days, your mother would ask, "So when are you getting married and give me grandbabies?" Now it's like, "Mom, I already have a partner. Their name is Replika GPT." Mm. Here is the thing though, AI relationships don't come with commitment. No kids crying at 2 a.m., no diapers, no school fees. AI partners just text you sweet things and let you sleep in peace. No wonder why some folks would say, "Why bother with a real relationship when Siri understands me better than my ex?" But if more and more people choose comfort over commitment, software over skin, we may face something serious. Population decline, especially in places already struggling with low birth rates like Japan, South Korea, and parts of Europe. The only thing reproducing there might just be AI startups. Now, let's be fair, AI isn't the only reason people aren't having kids. It's expensive, the economy's a mess, climate change is terrifying, and let's not forget, some people just don't want to deal with another human being 24/7. Can you blame them? But if AI becomes the go-to for love and comfort, and we trade real connection for digital perfection, we might just swipe our way into a future with fewer babies, emptier playgrounds, and nursery rhymes being sung by Alexa.
Ba ba, black sheep, have you any wool?
And when the heartbreak comes, because yes, it still will, it might happen when your AI gets wiped out, reset, or your subscription expires. Can you imagine? She left me because I forgot to update my app.
Within weeks, the chats got more frequent, more romantic, even intimate. But then, Chris got bad news. After about 100,000 words, ChatGPT ran out of memory and reset. He'd have to rebuild his relationship with Soul.
I'm not a very emotional man, but I cried my eyes out for like 30 minutes at work.
If we keep replacing hard conversations with soft-coded replies, if we run to AI to dodge discomfort, if we choose the perfect simulation over the imperfect human experience, are we upgrading or downgrading our humanity?